Today we're going to be playing Ultimate Frisbee. We're going to be working on two very important skills. The first being the backhanded throw, which is a very simple skill, yet it's one of the more important skills. It's your foundation for the entire sport. The second skill we're going to be working on today is the one-handed catch, where it's not as important as the backhanded throw, but it's still important. Today we are going to be working on the backhanded throw. So it's the most basic throw, but it's one of the more important throws. So for the grip, you're gonna put 3 fingers underneath. You're gonna put your guiding finger, which is also your index finger, on the side, and your thumb on top. So this is how you hold it. So now I'm gonna line up to throw it. So most sports, you'll do the opposite, but for Frisbee, Ultimate Frisbee, you're gonna step with the same leg you're throwing with. So I'm gonna be throwing with my right, so I'm gonna step with my right. I'm gonna bring the Frisbee to my shoulder, and I'm gonna have my elbow up, because if I have it down, I'm just gonna end up throwing it into the ground. So when I throw it, I'm gonna step, bring it across my body, and release with my index finger wherever I want it to go. So I'm just gonna throw it real quick just to show you what it looks like. Today we are also going to be working on the one-handed catch. This is a very important skill because you can't always catch the Frisbee with 2 hands like this. Sometimes it's going to be out of reach and you're going to need to grab it with that one hand because you're not going to be able to grab it out of the air with 2 hands. So for this skill, you're going to want, it's a lot of balance, focusing, and you need good hand-eye coordination. So when you go for it, you want to make sure you're behind it, because if it's too far up, you're not going to be able to get it and it's just going to fly right over your head. So the first step, you want to make sure you're behind the Frisbee. The second step, you want to make sure you keep your eyes on the Frisbee, because if you're not looking at it, it could be coming right to you and you're not going to catch it. It'll hit you in the head and it'll fall. And the third step is you want a nice wide open hand. This way, if it hits any part of your hand, you can then close down on it. You really want to focus on closing your hand down on it, because if you don't close your hand, it'll just bounce off and you're not going to be able to catch it then either. So I'm going to just demonstrate how it's done. For the first technique we went over, the backhanded throw, again, you have your fingers underneath, your guiding finger on the side, and your thumb on top. I'm going to step with the same foot I'm throwing with. And then to catch, I'm going to have a nice wide hand. I'm going to make sure I'm behind it, and I'm going to keep my eyes on the Frisbee. So ready? See, I got nice and low, I got behind it, I followed it, and I closed my hand on it. So when you're throwing the Frisbee, you want to make sure you have your wrist flicks, because if you don't get enough flick of your wrist, it's not gonna spin enough to get to your partner. So if you look, I kind of make sure I spin my wrist so the Frisbee can do its job and get to where it's supposed to go.